Hi everyone, we are Ilaria and Francesca from the task force. I used to lead the initiative promoted by Activista Italy. And even though we are all stuck in our place because of the pandemic, we want to travel virtually. And today we are landing in Ecuador.
Today we are in Cayambe, Ecuador with Mateo. Thank you very much for joining us, Mateo. How are you?
Thank you both for this invitation. I'm really fine, and it's a pleasure to be here and to share a little bit about what we are doing in this other side of the world.
But before listening to your activities, I would like to ask you a couple of questions regarding Ecuador. And the first one is, what is the meaning of your country's name?
Ecuador this name has been put to our country because a mission in the geodesic mission, when they came to measure the earth, to see where the middle of the earth was, and that line is called the Equator line. So our country is just in the middle of the line. This is the Ecuadorian line passes through our country. Just where I'm living right now, in Cali, it will be 8 minutes to you are in the 0000 latitude. So that's why our country is named by the Ecuadorian line.
And what is Ecuador famous for?
I think plenty of things, but when I was traveling, I said food, yeah, capital, yeah, Quito's downtown, yeah, but I think that we are mostly known in the world by the Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands are ours. I have the honor to say, beautiful, amazing place, and I think that this is worldwide known. You know, I'm a diver as well, and it's top 10 diving places in the world. So it's a must if you love to dive. Huge school of shark tanks, huge schools of hammerheads sharks, you know, manta rays, the giant turtle. The giant turtles that are in the sea, they are worldwide, but we have giant turtles that walk, and they are not they don't have fins, they have huge legs. So I think that Ecuador is mostly known for that, and nowadays from also a lot of other things. Mindo's rainforest, also our coast, Manabi, this ancestral place of food. People think that in Ecuador the best food is from Manabi, and I think I agree. It's great food, and I think the variety. When people ask to me what is your national dish or your national plate, your national food, you cannot tell one. Every single, not only region, but every single city almost has it like their dish that is like a stunning. So yeah, food, and also for its people. I think that we are really, how to say, we are really like outgoing. We are really like people that we love to welcome others, and you will find a home here for sure. But we are really like warm people, I think.
We are discovering lots of interesting facts about Ecuador, but we don't know so much about you. So can you introduce yourself?
So my name is Mateo. I'm 28 years old. Have been married for 4 years by now. I have two little ones. One is 3 years old, almost. The other is 8 months. Just when we got married with my wife, we started traveling a bit. We went a couple of days to Houston. Then we were in New Zealand for almost 1 year. After that, Hawaii, and then Mexico. That was, in total, it was 3 years and a half that we were aboard. And then we have been back in Ecuador for 2 years and a half. By now, and since, because we cannot stop in one place. I don't know why. Even here, we have just moved to Cayambe. We were living in Quito, and 2 months, 3 months, I think almost, we have moved to the highlands in the Ecuadorian Andes, this little town called Cayambe, named by the huge volcano and a snow peak. There is Cayambe as well, which altitude will be almost 5,000 and more above sea level, so it's huge. And where I'm right now, talking to you, I'm in an altitude of 3,200 meters above sea level, which is a really nice place to be. And we have, when we arrived, we start a pop-up dinners business called Musyay Senses. Musyay means senses in Quechua, our native language, and we try to do a really nice cuisine that really awakes every one of your senses.
And more generally, thinking about Ecuador, what do you think are, in your opinion, the main challenges and problems that young people face in your own country?
I think that for us as young people, is really hard to find motivation to start something new or to change something that has been done in some way for a long time. Not only by, I mean, like public, I don't know, like laws or things like that for entrepreneurship, that for sure we don't have the best. But also from people that surround you, even friends or family. I think that we are really used to do things as everyone should do. For us, when we came back, everyone was expecting us to work as we used to work in huge companies or even multinational firms or things like that. And even friends and family were saying like, what are you thinking you are going to do? It's not what you should do. But what you should do, I think that no one can tell you. You know, what you should do is something about you. And if you are married, you and your wife, and that's it. You don't need more opinions here. So really to also motivation, but to find people that support you. Is awful to see, and I think that is not only Ecuador, because I have been in other places in Latin America, that we really don't help each other. When someone is starting something new and he is succeeding in what he is doing, um, in really short time you start seeing jealousy or people that instead of being happy, you know, that someone is doing something great. So for me, is that, you know, trying to build again communities. I think that we have started, and I think all around the world, to be really personal, which is great. Yeah, but when you want to achieve good things, you cannot do it alone. It's impossible. You need a community, and in your journey, for sure, you will build a community.
Mateo, which kind of activism are you carrying out on the ground, and how this activism, these activities, have been shaped by the pandemic?
Our activism with Musyay was giving, well, it was, how do you say, like three access. One, artisans or craftsmen put again their pieces of art to be really valued. So for people that are hearing us or will hear us, our format was pop-up dinners. So we arrive to a place, we move every time. We arrive to a place in our country, we go to the market, find what is seasonal, create 5, 6, 7, 8 courses for the menu. And after this, going to find artisans, craftsmen that, I don't know, we find really amazing people that used to do some cloths, needling by hand, or that used to paint birds, I don't know how you call it, you know, bird feathers, yeah. The feathers they paint like, but amazing. Some people that do woodcraft, other people that go with mud clay, you know, when this thing that goes around, and some pottery. And we invite them, or other people that do necklaces, really nice necklaces and jewelry here, called otavalo. Other people that used to, with thread and needle, put some designs in your clothes, as in Mexico, in Oaxaca, you know. So we go to these places, we find these people, and we tell them, okay, we are going to have this event, this pop-up dinner. Would you want to decorate this with your stuff? Everything will be for sale. And if you sell something, everything is for you. We don't ask a fee for this because the exchange is that we don't put money in decoration. But with this was kind of the most important thing, and my wife was more in this than me. I was in the back of the kitchen, and she was the one in the front of the house. But she was telling me every single time, we do not use art to decorate. We use decoration for art to be the protagonist. Just this change of mind and do it everything. And everything was selling. So this was the first thing. Put manual work again here in Ecuador in a higher level, because here I don't know, if you find a table that has been handmade, but for a third of the price, you find a table that has been industrialized, you go for the other one. You don't care. Or what is worst, you ask the person that do the thing by hand and said to him, you are charging too much for your work. This is stupid. You never go to a supermarket to fight with prices, and you fight with prices with artisans or with people in the market. Here they say to you 5 apples for $1, and you say no, it's too expensive. It should be 7. Okay, but you never seen someone in the supermarket arguing for the prices. So this was the first thing. Second thing was, again, putting as a protagonist the farmers. They do, without farmers, we as cookers or as chefs, there is nothing to do. In the back of a good cuisine, it must be a good community of farmers. Otherwise, it's impossible. You cannot do a good dish with bad ingredients. So for me, it was before every single dish, telling the people how much work this family or this farmer has invested in potatoes, 2 years, in pumpkins, 1.5 years, in carrots, 6 months. So then you are really eating the work of 2 years of a family, and then your whole experience of having your food will change. Not for only this pop-up, but I think that forever. Every time you buy a potato, and then we really strike the food waste. When we have served events for 80 people, we have 1 bag of garbage, no more. All the rest is used. We used every single part. If we serve you an orange juice, you have to be sure that you will have the peel of your orange put in another dish. This is for sure. With every single, we use cacao. This really amazing product in Ecuador. We use cacao, and in the cacao we use the peel, the mazorca, the shell, as a dish. We use the white part as a vinaigrette in your salad, and we use the seed for doing a chocolate sauce for some chops. So 100% use of the ingredient, circular economy in the cuisine. And what we put away was 90% to compost, because they are leaves or things like that. And that's the third part. Reducing the waste of water in food business without using dishes. No plates. Everything is served, really gourmet dishes, high cuisine, but served in leaves, in cacao peel, as I said, in oranges, in coconuts, in achira, banana leaf. And when we were traveling abroad, we were studying philosophy. And what that I really love was studying philosophy of art and getting to know some artists. And I understand the cuisine like that. It's an art. And it's a beautiful art because you can even eat your art. So it's an art that will awake each one of your senses, I don't know, the painting you will see, the sculpture you will touch, the music you will hear. But here with food, you will see, you will touch. You cannot hear well, you can hear the cracks sometimes. So it's for each one of your senses, which is beautiful. So for me, is this. And also, an artist knows that you cannot exploit your matter. You have to cooperate with your matter. And I don't know, if someone is sculpting a piece of wood and inside of the wood you find a knot, you cannot exploit it because you will have to throw away your piece of art as well as the knot. So you have to cooperate, you have to imagine, you have to use your creativity to cooperate with this. So for me, this was it. Cooperate with nature in the ingredients, cooperate with others, the farmers or the artisans, and cooperate with what they are giving to me. For me, it was, or it is really changing relationship between humans, making relationship human. We are humans, we are not banks. And most of our time, our relationships are commercials. We give money, we have products. We give money, we have products. But we don't even know who is the one harvesting your carrots, who is the one planting your corn. And I think that with the pandemics, this has really been put in such a value. Now luxury is not traveling in a nice plane. Now luxury is having nature around you. Luxury is that your kids can be in a forest, that you have a river near you, that you can hug the ones you love without fear. This is really alive now, which is, I think, that a good side effect of the coronavirus. With all this activism that we are seeing in this access, the water consumption, artisans and farmers, there is another important point that maybe can be put in two. One is the loss of native ingredients in Ecuador because we buy in supermarkets, we never go to markets. And the other one is the deforestation and desertification of the soil. This is the second point is due because here in an average, farmers do contracts with huge supplies of supermarkets. And here in Ecuador is worse because we have 2 or maybe only 3 chains of supermarkets, no more. So it's really almost a monopoly everywhere, the whole country. So you will have to do in an average your contract for 10 years, more or less, to produce a certain amount of potatoes, for example. But the bad part is that it can only be one product. So you do this contract for producing potatoes 10 years. After 10 years, no contract. This means poverty, and all that will come with this, migration to the cities, people, well, everything that is linked to poverty. And also, so no contract and no land. Farmers in the Andes, the only, how you can say, the only bank deposit that they will have is their land. That's all that they have. Farmers don't go to banks to have savings. Farmers have savings, I don't know, with pigs or something like that. So when they have something that they must pay, I don't know, an accident or something like that, they will sell their animals. And for huge necessities, they will settle their land. But after 10 years of planting and harvesting potatoes, and only one variety of potatoes, there will be no land. And it's logic, it's just logics. It's impossible that you can harvest 10 years of potatoes without introducing in the land fertilizers, things to kill, plaguicides, I think that you call it, things to kill insects, to put not only humus in the earth, on the soil, that will be good, but also they put some salts in the earth for the plants. So after 10 years, no land. You cannot harvest anything. And to recover that land, it will take maybe 1 or 2 years of start planting seasonal, permaculture, agroecological, and having animals as well. You have to put chickens there and also guinea pigs, but it will take it. So this is really a problem. And then if you only buy in supermarkets, you will never find, I don't know, I will say you will never find salak. Salak is a fruit from a palm tree, which has a really nice fun fact, that is that the fruit doesn't grow above, it grows in the ground level. So you have the palm tree and the fruit grows in the soil. It's called salak, but you will never find salak in a supermarket. You will never find chibuila potato. You will never find condor potato. What else? Yeah, you will never find chontaduro, poroton. That these things are native here. Different types of corn. You will find 2 or 3 types of corn, but we have maybe 25 types of corn, 300 varieties of potatoes. In the supermarket, you find 10 if you are lucky.
Matteo, can you share an inspiring story of change with us from your own context?
For me, what really has moved me is to find people which work is really, I don't know, they work really as the same thing as soil works, in silence and in secret. Nobody knows. But without these people, we don't will have access to any of the food we got, and these are farmers. I have just moved to the Andean region. I was telling you, we have here a piece of land where we are trying to convert into agricultural thing, and we have just bought 5 chickens for eggs, and we have already harvested beetroot, potatoes, okay, things like that. But I was the other day, I do this with my wife, and we were working the land, with these tools. We call it asadon, and moving the soil. I have to move, I don't know, it will be at max 20 square meters. I have 28 years old. After moving that, I had a back ache, horrible. Near me, crossing the street, there is our neighbor. Our neighbor has around 70 years old. He works the land the whole day, 2,000 square meters as nothing. This is crazy. I was feeling like, yeah, bad. Yeah, I have a lot of knowledge. I don't know, yeah, mathematics, whatever thing. I got a diploma, but I'm not able to harvest my own food. This is horrible. These people that lives around me, they harvest their own food. They milk their own milk. They I don't know. They grab their own eggs. They have 70 years old. Uh, this this for me is really really inspiring, and thanks God I got the inspiration just seeing through my window. I see this man working in the land whole day, raining, everything, and you see the fruits of his work. After some months, he will harvest a lot of corn, and he has also plant potatoes, peas, pumpkins, and it's beautiful. He lives of this selling. I only try to have the food I need for my family. I'm still not able to do so. Yeah, and this happens all around the world, and we maybe never will know the name of the person that has harvested our food, but there must be. Otherwise, no food for us.
Matteo, do you have a takeaway message for the other activists as you across the world to spread hope, to say, to push them to carry on?
Just for everyone that is doing something, just remember that is not the amount of things that we can do. I think it's just how we can change our own lives. Because being an activist, yeah, maybe we will achieve huge things. Maybe not, but for sure we will live our life in a more meaningful way, and that is really being happy. And if you ask, if I don't know, whoever you want, what he thinks he is for in this world, everyone will answer for being happy. Okay, now what is happiness? And everything is linked to being human. So just for everyone that is doing some activism, just remember that maybe our fights are not in the political level. Maybe are in a human level, building really human relationships around us. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for this invitation, Hilary and Francesca. It has been really a pleasure for me.
Thanks, Emilio, Matteo. It's been our own pleasure to have you as our guest for this very inspiring chat. And I would like to remind our audience to keep following us because we will have some more interviews across the world. So thanks again for having been with us, and bye-bye.